Alright, so I read some DC books. Uh, and said earlier, that I remember when it used to be like that the books I look forward to were DC. And now it seems like my DC books are like the hardest thing for me to read each week. Um, but you know, there were some pretty good things in here. Um, I read Gotham Academy. I really, really gave this series a try. Um, but I really think that this is probably the next to last issue. I'm going to give it one more issue. Uh, I didn't really care for this issue. Uh, there's been a lot of mystery, and in this issue, some of that mystery was kind of revealed, and I really didn't care about it. Um, I still really, really like the art in this. I don't think the story's bad, um, but it's just not really enough to keep my interest. Um, Especially when I read something like Swamp Thing, that I would much, much rather be reading Swamp Thing than reading Gotham Academy. Um, I dropped Swamp Thing, uh, I don't remember what issue it was, like 27 or 28, I dropped Swamp Thing. And I'm curious, people that have been reading Swamp Thing, um, have him and Constantine not been in contact since the whole Whiskey Tree thing? Because, like I said, I've missed several issues of this. Um, but I mean, I like what I came back to. I like how Swamp Thing is really just kind of battle hardened now. He is really just all greened out. Uh, doesn't really seem like he has a whole lot of connection with his human self as much anymore, which is something he's been devolving for ever since you know ever since the rot. So that was pretty cool. I really liked her a lot. This Machine Queen. She was pretty sweet. I'm assuming that she is the thousand-year-old Green that was that came back and was trying to help him out or whatever. Uh, at least that's kind of what I took from it. It didn't really say much about that at the beginning, but I thought I recognized her as that. Um, but that was pretty cool. I got back. I picked this up because of the fact I wanted to read about these uh, different avatars, and I really liked the machines. They reminded me a lot of the Metal Men kind of, and that fungus avatar was pretty sweet. I would have maybe liked a little back story on that. I may have to go back and pick up that last trade and just get caught up or see if I can't get it in singles. But yeah, I super enjoyed Swamp Thing. Uh, Read Sinestro. Sinestro is just a badass, and Colin Bunn writes Sinestro real well as just a badass. Um, this book had a lot of good action in it. Still loving this God's Head. Although I was a little confused on this because in the last issue, uh, I thought that John Stewart turned into a Star Sapphire at the end of that core issue, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that because he wasn't a star in this, and that really kind of confused me. Uh, this Green Lantern with Black Hand. I always love Hal Jordan and Black Hand going back and forth. Their back and forth is hilarious. Uh, I think anybody who's just kind of evil uh, and Hal Jordan are always funny to listen to. Uh, but yeah, I really like Black Hand. He's one of my favorite things. And the fact that at the end of this, he realized that the source wall was a huge graveyard. Somebody's fixing to get their ass whooped. Uh, New gods need to look out for him because he's coming, and he's bringing the black with him. Uh, Red Injustice. Uh, this is funny because it was also a Constantine and Swamp Thing interaction story, and it was kind of funny right after I'd read Swamp Thing. But you know, this issue continues to be good, or this series just continues to be really good. There was a big reveal at the end of this that I was really, really happy to see. And so, yeah, this series, just every issue of it, something happens that I'm just like, wow, I can't wait for the next issue. And then 2 weeks later, I get another issue, and then I'm like, wow, man, I can't wait for the. I mean, honestly, believe that that's probably one of the this is probably, and I've said it before, say it again, probably one of the best things DC that I read. Probably just because it's so far out of just it's only like Elseworld type of story that doesn't have anything to do with anything except for Injustice. And Tom Taylor is just brilliant, with Superior Iron Man and just everything else that he does. So um, I read Grayson. Uh, I keep trying to drop Grayson, but then something happens, and I get pre-variant covers for like X amount of money that I spend, and this week because my comic shop guy knew that I was such a really wanted these Darwin Cook covers. He gave me Grayson, so I read Grayson and I enjoyed it. I don't want to like it, but like I say, I dropped it 3 issues ago, but I keep picking it up in variants, and so yeah, I really like that cover. There it is again. It's pretty sweet. And then he also gave me the Detective Comics, which is probably my favorite of these covers. Uh, it is crazy sweet. And he gave me uh, the Green Lantern, which I think is funny because this really reminds me of like the Green Lantern animated series. It's a pretty sweet cover. And then I was real happy because I was disappointed I didn't get this Darwin Cook or this Gabriel Rodriguez Shadow Show cover, and he had gotten it shipped late, and so he had this waiting for me in my file today, and so now I've got the. It's not the colored one; it's the inked one, but it's sweet nonetheless. Uh, but anyway, uh, like I say, DC all in all was pretty decent. Uh, Swamp Thing was much more than I expected. I'm really sorry that I dropped that series when I did. I'm not really sure again why I did that. I guess because Animal Man was getting canceled, and I don't know. But I'm going to render that mistake as soon as I can get to my pull list. And, you know, other good stuff. Grayson, once again, was a pretty good issue. I just wish that Grayson didn't confuse me so much all the time. It's like I kind of understand the story, but then certain things it seems like I've missed things, and but I don't know. But I'm gonna get off here and get around to doing something else.